Hello all, I am the Holland Phantom, and for today's video we're going to be having a live battle from the 2017 format. On one side, we've got the Volcanion EX deck going up against the Mega Gardevoir EX deck on the other side, so we'll see which of these two decks can take the victory today. But before we begin, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and to my Twitter account at Holland_Phantom so you don't miss out on any new Pokemon TCG content. And now with that out of the way, let's get into the battle. And here we go, the battle has started, with both players flipping over their starting Pokemon. On the Volcanion side, we've got Turtonator GX as the active Pokemon, and on the Mega Gardevoir side, we've got Gardevoir EX as the active Pokemon. The Gardevoir side is going first, benching Hoopa EX to the bench, and then activating its ability Scoundrel Ring, searching the deck for up to 3 EX Pokemon to add to the hand, and the ones chosen are going to be Shaymin EX, Gardevoir EX, and Mega Gardevoir EX, all coming into the hand. The second Gardevoir comes down onto the bench, and the player activates the Stadium Skyfield, letting both sides have up to 8 Pokemon on their bench. And now the supporter for the turn is going to be Skyla, letting the player search for any trainer card to add to their hand, and the one chosen is going to be the Gardevoir Spirit Link, being equipped to the active Gardevoir EX. Next card coming down is going to be Shaymin EX, activating its ability Setup, letting the player draw until they have 6 cards in hand, so it's 1 card drawn. And the player attaches a Fairy Energy to the active Gardevoir, and then benches a second Shaymin EX, once again activating Setup to draw 2 more cards from the deck, and that's going to be the turn. Okay, turn passes over to the Volcanion side. They're going to be playing their own stadium, Brooklet Hill, to replace the Skyfield, and then activating the effective Brooklet Hill, letting the player search the deck for any basic fighting Pokemon or water Pokemon to put onto their bench, and the one chosen is going to be Staryu. There's the deck coming back down. A Fire Energy is equipped to the active Turtonator GX. And that's going to be the turn. No other cards are played. And now on the Gardevoir side, the active Gardevoir evolves into Mega Gardevoir EX. And our supporter is going to be Professor Sycamore, letting the player discard their entire hand to draw 7 brand new cards. The next card is going to be a second Fairy Energy equipped to the Mega Gardevoir. And now they're going to be activating their item, Ultra Ball, discarding 2 cards from their hand to then search the deck for any one Pokemon. And the one chosen is going to be a third Shaymin EX. The next Shaymin comes down onto the bench, activating Setup to draw a couple more cards out of the deck for the Gardevoir side. And there's the attack, Despair Ray, hitting for 110 base damage, and then the player can discard as many Pokemon on their field as they want, and the attack power increases by 10 for each Pokemon, hitting for a total of 150 damage. And now on the Volcanion side, Staryu evolves into Starmie, and the player activates Brooklet Hill once again, this time searching the deck for a Volcanion EX, as Volcanion is half fire and half water. The next card is going to be one of their own Ultra Balls, discarding a Fire Energy and it looks like a Pokemon Rescue to search the deck for any one Pokemon. And the one chosen is going to be Volcanion, not the EX version, just the regular one. And now the player activates their supporter Acerola to pick up their damaged active Turtonator to bring it back into their hand. Acerola can only be used on damaged Pokemon, so that is going to be denying a prize from, well, actually 2 prizes from the Gardevoir side. The little Volcanion comes up, it gets a Fire Energy and attaches with Power Heater, hitting for 20 damage, and also attaching a discarded Fire Energy onto the benched Volcanion EX. And now the turn passes back over to the Gardevoir side. They're playing a second Skyfield to replace Brooklet Hill. And now they're going to be activating Rescue Stretcher, getting back 2 Shaymin EX and Hoopa EX from the discard pile to shuffle back into the deck. There's the deck coming back down. And now they're going to be activating another Ultra Ball. Once again, searching their deck for any Pokemon to add to their hand. And they're going to be getting another Hoopa EX. And then Hoopa is going to be using its ability to search for 3 more Pokemon from the deck. There's Scoundrel Ring activating. The player is going to be searching for Shaymin EX, a second Shaymin EX, and another Mega Gardevoir EX. Do they have the second Spirit Link to evolve the benched Gardevoir? Okay, here we see one Shaymin coming down, activating Setup to draw 2 cards from the deck. And yes, they did get the next Spirit Link. The benched Gardevoir evolves into Gardevoir EX, Mega Gardevoir EX. And here we see the second Shaman coming down, once again activating setup. This time drawing 3 cards from the deck. No more cards come down. Mega Gardevoir attacks with Despair Ray once again, discarding the Shaman and taking the first KO of the game. Now the Gardevoir side is down to 5 prizes. Volcanion EX comes as a new active Pokemon, and the player benches Turtoniter GX once again, and then they activate Professor Sycamore to discard their entire hand to draw 7 brand new cards. So let's see what they get out of this new hand. Here we see another Brooklet Hill, once again replacing the Skyfield from the Gardevoir side. Brooklet Hill activates, searching the deck for another water Pokemon, which is going to be another Volcanion EX. Though the active one does need 3 energy to start attacking. It's only got, that's going to be the second one attached. It's only got 2 energy so far. And now the player activates Max Elixir to look at the top 6 cards of their deck. And if they find any basic energy cards there, they can attach it to any one of their any one of their benched Pokemon. So there we see a fire coming down to the benched Volcanion EX. And the rest of the cards are being shuffled back into the deck. And nothing else is played. Turn passes over to the Gardevoir side once again. A second Hoopa EX comes down onto the bench, activating Scoundrel Ring again to search the deck for 3 EX Pokemon. It's going to be another Shaman EX, Gardevoir EX, and Mega Gardevoir EX. Okay, so we're going to be seeing some more Pokemon coming down onto the bench. There's the next Gardevoir. Are we going to be seeing the Shaman as well? They do have one more space open on their bench. Actually, no. There's the attack Despair Ray, discarding both Hoopa and attacking for 130 damage. Okay, there's the damage coming down to the Volcanion, and now turn passes over once again. The player activates another Max Elixir, looking at the top 6 cards once again. Let's see if they find another Fire Energy. And yes, they do. A second Fire Energy comes down onto the benched Volcanion. And now they just need a third energy to attach onto the active one to start attacking. Actually, no, the manual attachment is going to go onto the benched one. Do they have a way to replace the active Pokemon? Yes, they do. A Guzma is played. Guzma picks one of the benched Gardevoir from the opponent's side to bring into the active spot. And at the same time, they replace both of their Volcanion. So now the healthy one comes into the active spot with all 3 of its energy. So we are going to be seeing an attack coming through this turn. Here we see Volcanion activating its ability Steam Up, discarding a Fire Energy from the hand, boosting the attack power of all Fire Pokemon this turn by 30 points. And next, Starmie activates Space Beacon to discard a card from their hand to get back 2 discarded Fire Energies into the hand. And now the second Volcanion activates Steam Up, boosting the attack power by a total of 60. And there's the attack. Volcanic Heat hitting for 190 damage, taking an easy KO against Gardevoir EX and taking 2 prizes. And now Volcanion EX is in the lead. Mega Gardevoir comes back into the active spot and the player activates Versus Seeker, searching the discard pile for N. And now both players have to shuffle away their hand. The Volcanion side is going to draw 4 cards, while the Gardevoir side gets to draw 5. The Gardevoir player does need to start attaching energy to the benched one. Yeah, there we see another Fairy Energy coming down, and there's the attack. Despair Ray, this time discarding no Pokemon, hitting for 110 damage. Now the Volcanion side, the player activates their own Versus Seeker, getting back Acerola, picking up the active Volcanion to get it out of the active spot, and also completely healing it of all its damage. Once again, taking away a potential KO from the Gardevoir side. Now the benched Volcanion comes into the active spot. It does have 2 Fire Energy, so it needs 1 more to start attacking. The first Volcanion comes back down onto the bench, and now the player activates Brooklet Hill once again to get a third Volcanion into play. So you might be seeing 3 Steam Up abilities being activated this turn. Yeah, so we see the third energy coming down to the active Pokemon. 1, 2, and yes, 3 Steam Up abilities are going to be activated, discarding 3 Fire Energy from the hand, boosting the attack power of Volcanic Heat by 90, hitting for 220 damage this turn. Starmie activates Space Beacon once again to discard a card from the hand, getting back 2 of the discarded Fire Energy. And a Floatstone is attached to the benched Turtonator. And there's the attack, Volcanic Heat taking a KO against Gardevoir, and that's another 2 prizes taken by Volcanion. So now the score is 2 prizes to 5. Gardevoir is not doing very well this battle. The next Mega Gardevoir comes into the active spot, gets a second Fairy Energy, and no other cards are played. There's the attack, Despair Ray taking the KO, taking 2 more prizes for the Gardevoir side. Now the score is 2 to 3. Turtonator comes into the active spot for the Volcanion side. The player attaches a Fire Energy onto it. And we see a Fighting Fury belt equipped to one of the benched Volcanion, giving it 40 more HP and 10 extra attack points. And there's the attack. It's going to be the GX attack this time. Nitro Tank GX, letting the player search their discard pile for up to 5 Fire Energy to equip to any Pokemon on their side. So 2 Fire Energy come down to the active Turtonator, and the other 3 onto the bench Volcanion. And just like that, the player gets 6 energy in play in 1 turn. Okay, on the Gardevoir side, they play Tapu Lele GX onto their bench, activating its ability Wonder Tag, searching the deck for any supporter to add to their hand, and the one chosen is going to be Professor Sycamore. Before they play the supporter, Dragonite EX comes down, activating its ability Pull Up, searching the discard pile for up to 2 basic Pokemon to add to their hand, and the ones chosen are going to be 2 Shaman EX. There's 1 Shaman, and there's the second one. Neither one activates setup, so the player must have had over 6 cards in hand. And there we see Professor Sycamore coming down, discarding the hand to draw 7 brand new cards. And there's the attack, Despair Ray, discarding all 4 benched Pokemon, hitting for a total of 150 damage, but not nearly enough to KO Turtonator. The turn passes over to the Volcanion side once again. Turtonator's going to retreat for free using its Floatstone to promote Volcanion. There we see it coming into the active spot. Both Volcanion activate their ability Steam Up, discarding 2 Fire Energy from the hand. And now Starmie is going to get those 2 energy back with Space Beacon. There's the card being discarded. There's the 2 Fire Energy coming back into the hand. And there's the attack. Volcanic Heat. Hitting for 200 damage. Just 10 more HP remaining on Gardevoir. And it looks like Gardevoir is not going to be winning this game. They activate Lysander to bring up the damaged Turtonator to take 2 more prizes, but it's not going to be enough to win the game. There's the attack, Despair Ray, taking a KO against Turtonator, taking 2 more prizes. Gardevoir is down to just 1 more prize remaining, but Volcanion's got the final attacker to close out this game. There's the attack, Volcanic Heat, to take the final KO and take the final 2 prizes. And there's the handshake. Volcanion EX is your winner. So what did you guys think of that battle? Let me know down in the comments below. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video to help this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holland Phantom logging out.